What's up, guys? Here's got a little update for you. And as you guys can see, we got some snow. And we live in South Carolina. And I know a lot of the country has already had snow. You guys get snow every year. But we never get snow. We might get it like once every, 6 to 10 years. And a lot of it's already melted, as you guys can see down there. But we still have a good bit. We probably got 3 to 4 inches of snow. You can see on top of my truck there, probably about 3 or 4 inches. But I got some exciting updates. Let me spin this around. Got some exciting update for you guys. So last video started showing you guys the conduit and the electrical and everything like that. And we had something really exciting happen just a couple days ago. So I'm gonna flip you guys around, and boom, we got our building put up. And this is a 30 by 50, and it's 12 foot tall. And at the very top, I believe it's like 14 or 16 feet tall. Also, there's so much like mud and stuff from all this snow and all melting. But you can see the ice on top of the roof, and whole entire roof's basically covered. But I'm going to give you guys a walk around. And so what I did, it's a 30 by 50, and then there's an 8 foot wide by 20 foot long front porch area. And the plan with the front porch area is to kind of wrap these beams with some sort of wood, and then underneath right there, I'm going to probably put some type of like pine shiplap just to match the inside, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. Yeah, let's kind of keep walking around. So on front of the building here, there is 2 garage doors. They're 12 foot wide and 10 foot tall. Like I said, the total height of the building is 12 feet. I kind of wish I could have done 12 foot, but I really don't need to go 12 foot. None of the machines or anything are going to be that high. So, I mean, I can get the excavator and the tractor and everything in there. But walking around on this side, the plan is, I think what I'm going to do is get them to come back out and add a lean-to off of the side of this building that's maybe 10 foot tall or so, about the height of the doors. And then the plan is to just keep the tractor and the excavator outside underneath the lean-to, and then that way inside the garage is not, filled up, and I don't have to move equipment around and stuff in order to put anything else in there. But let's go ahead and walk around. Oh, and then I think I showed you guys in the last video, but in this little section where the snow's starting to melt, we're going to have a propane refilling station. And so that's going to be really cool. This snow is just crazy. I mean, we are not used to getting snow. And it snowed a lot, for us at least. But I love this color scheme that I chose, and got this building done by Leon's Metal Buildings in North Carolina. And they did a really good job. There's a few little things that I have issues with, and I'll show you guys. Some of it's kind of their fault, but not really at the same time. So, but I'll show you guys all that here in a minute. Now, on the back of the building, I need to wash some of this stuff because it rained while they were installing it, and it was on the ground. But on the back of this building, there is another 12 foot wide by 10 foot tall garage door, and then just a single walk door right there, like you guys can see. But this is cool because we can basically pull something straight through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a privacy fence right here, and our property line goes out to about there, so it actually goes out further than the tree line. But yeah, about there. And so I mean, it'll give us, let me kind of do like this. Property line's probably right about there. So, we'll have maybe 30, 40 feet, maybe 50 feet of, backyard, if you want to call it that. And like I said, I can store equipment or attachments or whatever I want back here. And I think that'll give me a little bit extra room. But yeah, let's go ahead and walk around on the other side. Come on, Bitsy, this way. I got to do a little bit of grading back here because see like this big hole and stuff. But yeah, the building turned out really, really good, and it looks good. Love the colors. This is where our plumbing is going to come into right there. And so we've got 3 windows. They're just the standard single pane, windows that these things come with. I will say, not a huge fan of the windows. It's not their fault, but this is just how all these metal buildings are built. But essentially, it's not going to really keep any heat in or cold air in, and they don't really seal very well. So what I think I'm going to do is probably take these things out and replace them with an actual residential style window that's got a little bit more insulation. So this is the front underneath the porch. As you guys can see, pretty big. We'll have the pine box it in on the columns and stuff, so it looks cabiny. But this is really cool. I figured we could put like 2 chairs out here, and it's just a nice view. Whoever wants to come and sit. And then we also have back at the shop, we've got a big message board or information board that we can staple or thumbtack, whatever you want to call it, some papers and information and stuff for map or whatever you need, or just important emergency contact, that sort of thing. So even if the door is closed, there'll be an information thing here. And also, just because it is snowing, and it just made me think about it, but I think it might be a good idea to go ahead and put some gutters up. So that would be pretty cool. And then I don't have all this water and stuff dripping right in front of these doors. But yeah, let's go ahead and go inside. And then same thing with this door. So this door looks really good, but it's just a standard garage, really thin door, which this door actually might be fine. But I need a door for the shed around the well, so I might end up taking this one out, putting it over there, and then putting a nice residential style door or commercial style door here. I don't have any power or lights in here, but let's go ahead and walk in. Come on, Blitz. So this is the inside. Oh wow, it's actually a lot lighter than I thought. But yeah, this is the inside. Like I said, 30 by 50. Here, let me stand on one side of the wall. So yeah, there's kind of the wide view. You can see wall to wall. So it's pretty big. Really tall in the center, like I said, so 12 foot up to there, and then it pitches up to probably 14 feet. So here's the plan. The plan is so from this stud right here over to the wall, it's about 16 feet wide. And so the plan is to build an office, frame up an office, and there's going to be like a closet storage area, and then over here, that's the plumbing that's coming in that I showed you guys. That's going to be a little bathroom, and put a little office in here. That way we have a place to do whatever we need, and all that good stuff. So this is really cool, and like I said, I want to be able to take these windows out, put some nicer ones in, and then we have an awesome view of the front of the campground. We have an awesome view of the side over here. But anyways, yeah, so that's the plan. And then the rest of this is just going to be a garage. So the plan is this weekend I'm supposed to have everything spray foamed. And I'm really excited about that. So the walls, the ceiling, and it's going to be 2.5 inches on the ceiling, 2 inches on the walls. And then we're going to kind of put some finishing plywood around on the walls to cover up the insulation, and then I can put a mini split in here and hopefully somewhat heat and cool. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I think that'll be a good idea. And then the only issues that I was talking about, so as you guys can, and it's not the builder's fault really, but if you look underneath you stay in here, Blitz. If you look underneath, you can see the gap underneath these doors. And the reason that is, let me go over here, I might could show you better. But the reason that is because the concrete guy, he cut out where the doors were supposed to fall, basically like a track. And that's what I wanted to keep water out. But the issue is they didn't tell him the correct measurements because the door comes actually to about right there. And so the 2 corners of the door can't go, the extra 1/4 inch or whatever that it needs to go to fully seal. So that's a bummer, but the concrete guy says he's going to come back tomorrow and take care of it. So fingers crossed on that. But really, other than that, everything else looks really good. All the screws and everything are in line. All the panels look good. They didn't over torque anything. The only other thing that's kind of questionable, and I've looked at a few of them and they're all like this, but if you guys look to see how these garage doors are mounted, they use what the company supplies them with, but they essentially just put a whole bunch of these self-tapping screws to hold them up. And I mean, I looked at a few other ones and they're all like that. Some of them have less, some of them have more. But I mean, they're sturdy. I don't think that they're going anywhere, but that's the only thing that I really had a problem with. Now, I did have the concrete company, or not the concrete company, the building and company install silicone, I guess, some sort of concrete sealant around the base rail all the way around the outside of the building. And it seems to be working pretty well, which is, it wasn't raining, it was just snowing. But as you guys can see, you can see a little bit coming out around the base rail. So that's where they, they sealed it. Hopefully no rain will get in. And then I also had them seal these windows on the, it's sunny. I also had them seal the windows on the outside. But like I said, I think I'll probably end up just replacing these with something a little bit better. But yeah, spray foam is supposed to be on Saturday, hopefully. And then hopefully the framers are going to come back on Monday or Tuesday and start framing up the office. And it's going to be 16 feet wide, 30 feet long, and 10 feet high ceilings. And the plan is to put like pine, tongue and groove all on the walls and the ceiling. That way it looks like like a cabin. I think that'll look really good. It's not going to be sheetrock or anything like that. And but yeah, so hopefully that turns out good. So the next update on this building, it'll probably have that, and that'll be cool to see. Well, it probably won't have the finishing stuff inside, but at least hopefully it'll be framed up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the building. If you guys have any questions on this, let me know and I can try and answer whatever I can. And then I have one more update. And for anybody curious, this is what I had them use around the base rails. So it's just Silca Pro Select construction sealant, all purpose. This one's limestone color, and it seems to match the concrete pretty well. But if anybody's curious about the concrete, though, it's a 4-inch slab. We had 12 by 12 footers all the way around, and we had fiber mesh, and I believe it was 4,000 psi, maybe 3,500 psi concrete. So just for anybody curious about that. And then they also sloped this little front porch area just so the rain would kind of slide off of it. But yeah, I have one more update for you guys. So last video, I was showing you guys the conduit and the electrical. And I'm going to get the excavator and take it over to that last row and show you guys the update. All right, so back over here to the posts. So as you guys can see, all the conduit is ran. This is just row one, but all the conduits ran for every single row. And we just started, I'm gonna say plumbing, but we just started plumbing up the rigid conduit up into the actual electrical box. And what I'm doing now, because I can't do much else today because it's kind of wet and snowy, muddy. But as you guys can see, we had to chip off my concrete on this side of the post so the conduit could lay flat against the post. So what I'm doing is just kind of backfilling a little bit of dirt right here just to give the support, or the post, a little bit of support, just so it doesn't cave in. But we got all the wire ran for this whole entire row, both sides, except for the last, I think, 3 spots. And tomorrow we should be able to get the rest of them finished off. But let me walk you guys over here to where we are pulling everything from and show you guys what that looks like. So it's probably going to be hard to see anything, but there's all the conduit coming in. So we have a separate conduit for each RV spot. And then it's just so crazy with all this snow. We're just not used to it. And then we're using 1,800 pound mule tape. I don't know how well you guys can see, but you can see all the wire. So we've labeled everything, phased everything out. So it's 4 wires per conduit. The very last run going to the building, that's going to be 2 sets of 4 wires in the same conduit. And then I also got the transformer trench recovered. So the conduit's in there, the pull string's in there. I just have to do a couple more things to it, but then that'll be finished. But yeah, so things are looking pretty good. Basically, tomorrow we're going to be finishing up this first row and hopefully starting on the last row. And then, I don't know, it's probably going to be a week or so before we get all the wire pulled. And it's taken a good bit of time to actually run the rigid and actually hook up each of the boxes. And we're waiting on a couple more fittings from the store because we need compression fittings to go from the rigid to the PVC conduit, because they're 10-foot sticks of rigid and we only need probably like 6 or 7 feet of it. And so then once you cut it, you no longer have any threads. So we could rethread it, but that's a lot of work. So anyways, guys, pretty crazy to see everything coming along. It's also really crazy to see all this snow. But yeah, just wanted to update you guys real quick while we weren't doing anything today. But that's what I'm doing, just kind of backfilling a little bit to keep those posts supported. And yeah, hopefully in the next update we'll have all the wire ran and, you know, hopefully most of these things plumbed up. And then we're going to backfill the trench. That is going to be a video that I do. We're going to backfill the trench about halfway, and then I have a plate compactor coming and we're going to compact the trench, and then the plumber's going to come and run all his plumbing and water lines, and then basically backfill the whole entire trench. And then last thing we have to do here is regrade, you know, basically finish grade these roads and clear out that front section. I just had it surveyed. The DOT is making us cut out these trees right here, not all these, but just these, like the front section. And instead of our driveway going straight out to the road, they want it to curve this way and then out to the road, because apparently the chart says that our driveway has to be a certain amount of feet from the neighbor's driveway, which, you know, quite honestly is ridiculous. But if I fight it any more than I already have, it's just gonna prolong this project. And I don't know, I'm trying to open, so I want to be able to open by spring. But that's the plan, guys. If you guys have any questions or you know, any ideas or anything, let me know. I'm gonna pull, actually I don't know if I will in this video, maybe. I was gonna say I'm gonna put some clips of us pulling wire, and probably will, so you guys will see that. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any thoughts or any ideas. And yeah, next thing up is just basically to clear out those trees, finish digging the pond, regrade these roads, and then start actually, you know, leveling out some gravel and you know, finishing stuff. So super excited, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.